Hey yo, what's good with y'all, man? This is a video I've been wanting to make for a little while, long while actually, ever since I got this. Well, I guess I ain't really had it that long. But anyway, this R3 is the newest, smallest platform coming from Yamaha. Real road bike, tiny in size, small motor. But Yamaha used to have a gem back in the day. It was called the FZR 400. Y'all know I have the FZR 600, but there's a smaller one, the FZR 400. Inline 4-cylinder, 400cc. Now, it is faster. It is more powerful. But is it just as cool? I don't know. We'll leave that up to interpretation when we go check this out. So, I wanted to get this done a little bit earlier, but my homeboy just hit me. I guess he's been busy. He's available now. So I'm going to go over there. It's going to be a little bit dark, but whatever. Let's jump on this R3. Let's head over and let's check out this FZR 400. 400cc inline 4. Is it going to be faster than the R3? Well, I think it should, because it's got a lot more power. But let's go check this out. 1986 flash to the past, and we'll bring our little baby GP bike. Kickstands is always too short on R3s.
That makes it easier for that.
Huh?
Makes it easier to turn around.
Yeah.
Cool. This is like
I feel like a mini bike, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I like how the shock feels.
Huh?
I like how this position is. Not bad. Yeah.
Dang. Oh, look, it sounds like a real bike. I know, this is a toy. That's crazy. Look at the progression of the tiny bikes. It's funny because, like, you know, this has torque and it revs, but that's just it. Like, that's all.
Remember how a GSR felt? You know, you get the little bit of at the end. That's what this feels like.
At the end, you get the burst.
It's like you gotta be about 10,000, then you get a little bit of something.
No choke needed. Got her warmed up.
Pretty warm.
Oh yeah, I see temp. The 80s was a great place, man. The 80s was a, oh no. $22,000 original. She's so soft. If the R3 felt like a mini bike, golly. The 80s. Jeez. It's cool that it sounds, you know,
regular motorcyclist. Oh, this is too cool. This is like, this is a relic, yo. Oh, this sounds cool as hell. Oh, this sounds so freaking cool.
But is it just as cool?
This sounds too cool. Wow. The suspension soaks so much the headlights go to the moon. That's crazy funny. Wow. That's pretty cool, dude. This is too cool. So it's not as maneuverable as the R3. It definitely feels sluggish, like on that kind of switchback right there. You can make it handle good. I made mine handle really good. Dude, the headlights go to the moon when you get on the throttle. That's so funny to me. Oh, he's pulling now. Woo, wait. The 80s.
Right, Grandpa?
No, this is cool because it has like room for improvement, but this is badass for the 80s though. This is an 86? 87. That's badass for the 80s. Yeah, it definitely, it hits at like 10 grand. Takes it a minute to wake up. I'd like to see these race because this at its max feels about 10 grandish there. I only took this to 12, but that's just torque though. You know what I mean? That I know it'll have legs and get to going. I just want to see how close this would hang. If probably first, second gear is it. maybe third. Because once I get to third on this, on the straight at Stockton, I'm going like 63. I don't know. Just get the back brake redone. Let's put the tires on and take them to Stockton.
I did it already.
Oh, I didn't touch it. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, the back brake's done.
Oh, I didn't touch it. I just remembered you saying the back brake didn't work.
Yeah, so new master, rebuilt the caliper.
Oh, you got off your butt.
I did it that day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And yeah, it's just a matter of tires now. But yeah, it feels good.
Oh, I didn't touch it. I was like, oh, let me not.
You know, don't do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, put tires on it and then let's go to Stockton.
It's a matter of getting the rubber on it. And
Dude, I'll take this thing down to ride on and get the tires mounted. I want to do a suspension check on it though. I mean, like nut and bolt it. I know it's soft, but
So I was thinking, I had got my, I had the Interceptor. I got it resprung. My buddy does suspension,
oh really?
and yeah, he's in Fairfield. And
Take that, get him done, and then take this and get him done.
I went to I forgot which website he sent me to. But this website, tell him what bike you have, how much you weigh,
Yep.
and what you want to do.
Yep.
And he gives you a spring rate.
Yep.
And then the spring rate and the oil.
And thicker oil. Yeah. What? This is too funny. It might not change the damn light because it's too light. Yeah, I mean, we'll go this way. I ain't mad at it.
Back at the crib, we took this nice young dark headlight ass bike on a night ride. That's really one of the first things I started tripping out on. I was like, I forgot these dark ass blue ass headlights. I can't see nowhere, but it's all good. Thoughts on the bike though was pretty cool because the FZR 400 is very fast for such a tiny bike. It actually feels more small than this bike, but I guess it's visual. So even though these bikes were the same size, this one felt a little bit bigger in comparison, but when you rode them, this feels so much more able, agile, and capable to corner compared to the FZR. FZR needs a whole lot of work. It took me a lot of work changing the front end, changing out the rear shock, and the ride height and angle to make my FZR handle really good. So maybe I would have to do the same treatment to that. But I mean, that's my homie's bike. I could just give him advice on what to do. And I do really want to take this bike with Jalen on it and go race that FZR with me on it. And I think that'll make a very close race given the power of the FZR and my weight, and then the lightweight of this and the lightweight of Jalen. I think it'll make a good heads up battle. Cause I definitely want to get the two bikes together out on the road in the daytime instead of this like test ride to see how the bike is. Honestly, the difference between this bike and that bike, aside from the power, this bike felt as rigid as these two bikes. How Yamaha stepped the progression up of chassis and geometry and everything like that. That bike being from 1987 and this bike being from 2017, the 30-year difference gained us a lot of technology here in this little bitty ass bike. Chassis, way better. Suspension geometry, way better. Like I was saying on the FZR, when you get on the throttle, because the suspension was so soft, it squatted, but its standard ride height is more raked to the back. So this bike, generally, with all stock equipment, is more neutral, a little bit more raked to the front. You get a better geometry on the suspension, trail and rake on the forks, etc., etc. When you zig and zag with this bike, it literally darts both directions. When you do it with that FZR, it kind of resists you. It's not as flickable. I'd really like to get these two bikes out at the kart track. This bike on its current tires and suspension setup definitely has the chassis advantage and it's gonna handle way better. If we get that FZR out there on those Shinkos, that's gonna have the tire advantage. But the biggest mountain that this thing is gonna have to challenge is that horsepower difference. Will that horsepower difference make that big of a margin at that small kart track? Maybe we'll be able to find out. But in the meantime, we will get those two bikes out in the daytime. Me on the FZR, Jalen on this, and maybe we'll have a heads-up drag race. But I do got to teach Jalen how to drag launch. So that might come up in the next video or so. And then once we get him down pat on drag launching aggressive starts, then we'll go ahead and get that FZR and have a run. But until then, that's going to be it for this video. If you like this R3 content, go ahead and give it a like. And then I hope you subscribe if you made it all the way to the end. If not, just go ahead and do that right now. Just go ahead and hit that little subscribe button for your boy. And I'm going to give y'all a couple of fingers, twos, and I'm out. Oh yeah, car content coming up. I got something to tell y'all about that.